Hey y'all, it's Friday, it's girls night, and we got good food, good conversation. So let's dive right in. First topic is struggle love. So where do we start with struggle love?
Struggle love.
So let's say if your man is making less than you, or and this could be in many aspects, but if he's making less than you, or if he's been unemployed for so long, how long do you hold out? Is that the question? Like, how long do you wait till the wheels fall off, as some say?
So it's kind of like, you pretty much saying, it's kind of like that movie Acrimony. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen Acrimony, this is not the time for you to watch this video. We are diving in and talking about it. Let's go. So the main question was, who was wrong in the situation? My thing is, if we're broke together, we're gonna be rich together.
Right.
So
but it's her fault because she should have left.
right.
I don't
Hold them down. Hold them down.
I understand what y'all saying, but this is my thing. She had a lot to go through to pick what she did. He cheated on her.
But were they married when he
They
cheated?
were not married.
Right.
That was in college.
See?
Oh, yeah.
That's real.
And she's still tied to mine.
Yep.
Okay, but that's still my point.
Okay, go
But then
ahead.
think about it. If she is investing all that time and that money, why didn't you stay? Why you gonna leave with me? I would have stayed until
But then
I didn't realize she had people in her ear too, because she had her sister.
Yeah.
And
At what point, and that's a good time.
Ooh.
Like, at what point do you shut out the noise and do you shut everybody down? Like, like.
This is
Well,
what
the
I'm
Bible
gonna
says.
say. Yeah. To be honest, everybody. I don't want nobody having no say so in my relationship.
No, but you learn that early. Like, if you're in your early 20s and whatnot, you're still going through that, and you're still looking for that ear to link, like or to pour out your problems to. And as you get older and you learn and you live life and you're in that relationship, you learn what's between y'all.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that, you know.
Ain't nobody's business.
Yeah, it ain't nobody's business. Like, you really.
Until what y'all kept between each other makes you both blow up and then get filed for divorce.
No, not necessarily. It's because if you have a problem, that doesn't mean it's remaining a problem. You can work it out amongst yourselves. But it's like, don't go run into mom, sister.
Yeah, because
or
I have
whoever,
to feel one
'cause
day
they're gonna argue. Right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
And then
going back to
right,
telling them.
because they're gonna have a view of your mate, and it's gonna stick because
Right.
I wanted that for my sister. Like, you're gonna always have that eye on that person, like that side eye. Versus you're gonna forget that.
That's what that's my point.
Well, that's how
a
pastor or a counselor.
No, community. You learn to talk to each other. Y'all have to learn how to work out your problems. That's what that's what it boils down to. Because if you're not bending to me and I'm not bending to you about what we got a problem about, we got a big problem. Like, you know what I mean?
And you know what? And I'm not against talking to like a relationship counselor or somebody that we trust.
For it.
You know what I mean?
For it,
yeah, because sometimes it's not about that person to tell you what to do. It's maybe about them just being that mediator. Yeah, that mediator. Because if it's just you two, sometimes you ain't gonna hear each other. You argue and you mad. Yeah. But then when there's somebody else in the room that has no strings attached to this specific
I think my thing is, and this is just me, my personal opinion, I feel like I don't want to talk to somebody we both know, or we both are hang with, or whatever. I don't care if they can hold water. I don't talk to somebody we don't know.
Right, so they can't have any
bias.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds cliche, but it really does boil down to communication. Like,
talking it out.
Exactly. Even if you're sitting with a counselor or mediator or whatever, it can easily turn into pointing fingers, but at the same time, like, that's, you want to work on it not being that, not being it's your fault. Like, that's what you want to be delivered from, break away from. You know what I mean? So y'all can learn how to work. So yeah, it's cliche, but it boils down to communication, like we were talking about earlier. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
So let's reel it back into our struggle up topic.
Yeah.
How long do you wait for your next?
You wait. I believe, if you're married, I feel like you should be working on whatever it is that y'all working on together and then support them. So let's say if
What's
my
your
man
definition of support?
just like pretty much just being there. Now I'm not saying enabling them to just sit and not do anything.
Absolutely.
Of course you want to kind of push them to kind of, hey babe, did you fill out, application today, but at the same time you support. You don't make them, you don't kick a dog by
Right.
So if you have a business idea or an invention and I'm just throwing you money but I'm not doing anything else, is that okay?
You say, well, I'm sorry.
If you have a dream or an invention and I'm just throwing you money to help you but I'm not doing anything else, I'm not cheering you on, I'm not giving you words of encouragement, is that enough?
No, because money, no, that's not enough. I mean, I need the emotional side of it too. And just the physical is not.
Money
is
what is the term, like, dispensable?
Mhm.
Like, you can
Right.
always get money back.
Right.
You can't get somebody's time back. Like, you're not really investing in that person.
So,
you
like,
just like, okay, here you go. Here
Yeah,
you go. Here you, but
right.
you're not really
So,
investing.
like the movie Acrimony,
Mm-hmm.
she dished out all that money, but there was nothing else. There was no words of encouragement, no nothing.
She tried.
And if you think about
She
it, but
tried in the beginning. She was there. She was there with him.
how
When
did
she
you
was
try
doing those videos,
Yeah, that's
she was trying to be supportive. I think there comes a point where I'm emotionally drained and I want to check out. I'm checked out. I'm
But
like,
what
I'm
about-
stuck with you, but I'm checked out.
So you're saying on who's in? So she was trying to, and then what was he doing? Was he receiving it? Was he taking it in? Like what was he doing? He was just,
I mean, he still. I mean, he took it. I mean, I would say like just like you take her money. I mean, he took the emotional, that the accolades, but then
It wasn't like it really showed. It didn't like boost him up anymore. He just continued at the rate he was going.
I mean, what more do you think I'm supposed to shower him to build him up more? I mean, what am I supposed to like? Come up, this
I
makes
see what you're
sense.
saying.
I mean, like I'm there with you in your videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, please buy this product. It's investing. Please invest in me, or please invest in my husband. But like, if this is the encouragement that I'm giving you, if this is the encouragement that I'm giving you, and this is what I guess pushes you to go this way and not this. I don't know how much more I got to give you to lift you up. This,
But I also
So is
feel
there a
like you should. When I think of like somebody like your wife or somebody supporting you as a man, like if it was the same scenario, like he was just struggling, he had this dream or whatever, I feel like part of it is challenging him.
right.
Challenging him to be better or do more. Like at what point did she say, okay, babe, you've been at this for 6 years. Maybe let's
That's
try.
why I said, at what point does the
But we're
conversation
not
kinda
going to separate, and we're not going to get a divorce. Maybe we need to switch gears.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like I'm not just going to leave you because what you had a passion for or what you thought was going to be is not. But okay, that didn't work. Let's try this now. We've been at this for X amount of years, and it's not gotten us to where we thought it was going to get us. Hey babe, let's try something else.
When it's time to have the talk,
Right.
let them know it ain't working.
Right. I'm not gonna leave you
So
when you down.
So if you put in all that time and you make the decision to leave and it does pop off,
Don't get mad then once you left
Yeah.
that he made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should have held on a little longer.
I would even say don't even try to come back for the money that you invested in it.
Right.
Because at that point, you like an investor that dropped out,
Yep.
in my mind. Like you invested in it or whatever, but you didn't see that project all the way through. So now you have no ties to it in the end.
so let me ask y'all, why do you think struggle love is probably more
Where like the relationship is closer, like you're more.
than just your average or your typical relationship for someone who hasn't been through the trenches, like the trenches?
Because you was with me at my lowest point. You was with me when I was way down here. Like everybody want to be with you when you up on the hilltop,
Right.
but nobody wants to be with you when you down in the valley.
Yeah.
So if we went through the valley together, we about to go to the hillside together.
And it shows your loyalty.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's the key word, loyalty. And I think a lot of people don't realize. You're right. I think a lot of people don't realize that life could really flip on you. Either way, like either you do bad and it can flip to we great, or the opposite. Like you could lose everything you had, and then you know what I mean.
So, and we're talking about marriage, right?
I mean,
because my thing is, you said you was gonna stick with me because of our vows. You said for better or for worse.
Right, that's simple.
And that's what I'm saying. And I feel like too, especially in this day and age, like marriages now, people get married and then they have in their mind, if it don't work out, I'll just get a divorce. It's as if that just becomes the
really. I think vows are almost void now. Like it's
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
That's
By the way,
I'm my third wife.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
You go back to the foundation of what a vow is, and really understanding, the power in the words, power in this connection these connection of words that we're saying to each other. Like, what is the meaning? How do we really?
And I think that can go on and on because it can tie into the fact that people really don't know what they're getting into, what they're signing up for. You don't really think about, hey, like this person can evolve and change for better or worse over time, and you really don't think about, like, if you break down what the vows say, like you said, for better or worse, well, you're not really taking that to heart when you're standing at the altar. Like, you're not really thinking about what is the worst case scenario,
Right.
and will I still remain?
Right. And see, and that's some real stuff, and that's deep stuff, because I feel like it's almost life, period. It's pretty much inevitable that you are going to face some type of problem. Period.
Of course,
Point
no
blank.
doubt.
So it's kind of like you have to already know that, and then understand that somewhere down the line in our marriage, we're going to have to go through something and figure it out together.
Yeah.
It's not divorce. Is not the option just because it's not working out or we're having these problems. Let's get divorced. That's silly.
Because many people stand at the altar completely oblivious to like what you could possibly face.
Right.
Not saying that it's always going to be the worst, but you're going to, like Tanisha said, it's going to be.
It's still up under the sun. It's still up under the
I don't know about that.
We're going to cross out physical abuse or any type of abuse.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable, whether it's mental. Let's throw that out there. Mental, physical, emotional abuse is never okay. Never okay. What do you do, or do you lose hope, I should say, when you see a couple that has been together for so many years, 20 years, 30 years, or however long, whether they're married or not, and it just does not work out? And does that make you lose hope? Like,
Are you saying for the single women or for both single and married?
both, actually both. Does it kind of put a little bit of
Like
fear in you?
being single.
Plug.
Especially when you've been knowing both parties for a long time and you've seen them through the good and the bad, and then they've been married for a long period of time, and then they'll say, we're getting a divorce. That is like
A shot to the gut.
oh my God, like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, because in public you guys were awesome. I mean,
So
social media
does it
status, y'all
hurt
was-
you because they looked good, or does it hurt you because you kind of basically
because
looked
what
for-
you
you kind of wanted that. You
Yeah.
kind of wanted that, and it didn't work out. So it makes you feel like, whoa, like, okay, what do I have to look forward to? Like, if we're in it for 20-some years and it still don't work out.
Like, my question is, what happened? Why did y'all take so long?
I think too, because if you think about it, just because they got a divorce right then at that moment and you found out about it, you never know. It could have been years ahead of time. Be way before they actually got the actual divorce. They were already divorced in a sense, emotionally.
Yeah,
And
that's not just gonna pop up
Right.
20-something years or whatever, and you're not just gonna pop up and
So
be like,
something had to be going on for a while.
like, it's
Yeah.
over.
Sometimes too, and this is first-hand experience with very close. They're not family, but they're kind of like family, and they were married for like 30 years, and their daughter died Mm-hmm. And, you know, they just kind of, they could not come back from that. Mm-hmm. They could not come back from losing their child. Mm-hmm. And as an outsider, you would think, you know, hey, lean on each other. You know, lean on each other.
That's
but
my first thought.
You know, if somebody's grieving one way, somebody's grieving another way, and or you don't want to talk about, or whatever the case may be, that was kind of what led to the demise of their relationship. So sometimes it is a traumatic event. Mm-hmm. It ain't, you know, y'all could have been very much in love up until the end. It could, you know, y'all never could have even thought about it.
How you feel, ladies? Does that change how you feel? Does that change how you view relationships or your expectations? Does that kind of alter a little bit? So you still
are hopeful?
Yeah, because we're different. I mean, that's their situation.
They don't have anything to do with me.
But it does put a wrinkle in my brain, like if they was to just be transparent and just talk, you know, what happened? When did you see it? When did you say, look, we can work it out, or look, we can just share this apartment or house or whatever and just be roommates? And then one person said, I can't take it. Just when was it that you knew, like, we can't do this no more? Mm-hmm. Like that's what I want to hear from married people when they get to that point of struggle and I'm done. When?
Speaking as a married woman, I will say, and me still being young, not quite hitting 30 yet, but about to. So I will say, learning it. We've been married. My husband and I have been married for 4 years. But we started out very young, and talk about transition, talk about change, talk about really learning some stuff. Like, and now I can look at whether it's an older couple or not. I can look at another couple who is like going through, I'll call it, that ain't nothing, honey. And then they're about to like just completely break it off, or they just want to throw in the towel. I'm looking like, child, baby, like you don't even understand.
Yeah, exactly. People just have different tolerances. What somebody else can accept, somebody else can't.
Right.
What's a deal breaker for one person is not for somebody else.
In that same sense too, I think that will bring a lot of encouragement to married people. Like you know what you just said about how, you know, they get a divorce over something so minuscule. Is that the right word?
Y'all ain't heard it.
But you know, and then you're saying, you know, you went through some tough stuff.
I'm saying together. Marriage ain't for punks.
Right.
Point blank period.
Right.
Like, if you ain't built for it tough, like
Sorry, like encouragement for y'all, because y'all like, sure, you know, we went through all that, look, baby, we still together.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 4 years, going on 5.
So yeah, definitely like, I don't know, I guess like you said, people have different tolerance levels, but I can look at even an older young couple, doesn't matter. I'm like, y'all ain't been through nothing yet, like, you know, so.
And I think sometimes it's not about seniority, it's not about how long. I think it's literally just the foundation of your relationship.
Yep, of course.
I think it's about that definitely, but I think the person's maturity level, not just mentally, but emotionally and spiritually. Like how mature are you? You know, that you can go through adversities and, you know, things like that and come out on the other side. Like it's that too.
That when you what's that you said about the son dying or whatever, or the kid dying. That reminds me of the movie, the Tyler Perry movie with Janet Jackson. Y'all remember that?
Oh,
and she just lost it. And it was that situation. Yeah. Was it number 2 or 1?
This was part of the second one.
Yeah, and she just she lost it.
And that was so perfect at first.
Right.
On the outside.
Yeah. But I think that's pretty much the
it was like a traumatic experience.
And you would think that you would be more so together. You
grieve together. Nobody else knows what
and he
we are going through but you.
Right. He read his friend, like, how could she be this instead of wanting her and be, you know.
He don't know. He don't know. He hasn't been through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's baffling to me, to an outsider. You know, but only the people who are going through it know
No.
why
Yeah.
I couldn't talk to her.
Yeah, like,
You know,
why?
she will blow up, or she would, or she might say, I can't do this. I can't
Yeah,
talk
like
about
not
it.
talk about it.
You
yeah.
know, so and some people may want to talk about it. Like me, like when it's a death and stuff in the family or whatever, I'm not really with the let's talk about it stuff. I'm just like, I don't
I'm
want
kinda
to
the
hear the
same way.
person's name.
Yeah, I'm kind of
like I'm just like, I can't. So I mean,
at least
be like
until
that.
after the healing. I think
Yeah,
after
some
I
time
heal a
has
little
gone
bit,
by.
Yeah.
I think I can after a while.
But unfortunately, and I mean,
never
you guys
heal
can kind of quote say if it's wrong or right. But I think unfortunately, when you're in a marriage,
Yeah.
you can't just
There's
go.
no-
There is no healing.
Yeah.
Like you still gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
You like
Oh, yeah.
you can't just move past it. So I think that's kind of like a gotcha.
When you said marriage is not for
People leave.
it's not for punks.
Gotcha.
I feel like it's like you gotta have a will to. It's to
Well,
me to
Okay.
What do you mean?
She
like you
said
gotta have
like,
a will to fight.
You do.
for your marriage.
Oh, of course, you do, but that does not happen overnight. Like, there has to be something in you all along that just wants to fight for it. And even when you are at that point and you are sitting here like really about to walk out the door or whatever, throw in the towel, like what makes you want to continue to fight? You know what I mean? Yes, being married just 4 years, and that seems like nothing, but I've learned so much in just that 4 years. And when I say it's not built for punks, I mean like you have to really.
Be willing to.
Yeah, and you really have
Because it's
to
not
be willing.
sunshine and clouds and lollipops all the time.
Just have it-
It's not.
That will, and also you got to make up in your mind a lot of if you look at who's that?
Omar Epps?
Omar Epps, him and his wife. So he was asked recently because I think they just celebrated 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he was asked how, like how did you do it, or what does it take? And he said, we just took the word divorce out of the
Right.
conversation.
From the beginning. That's
From
right.
the beginning.
on the table.
We are in this
Take it
forever.
out.
Say that. Yeah.
Right. And sometimes you might feel like it's easier said than done when you're actually in that moment. But you really have to push yourself to take that word out and just go from there. Because if you take that off the table, what's that? We're going to sit here.
Right.
You go in this room if you need to, go in. And, like,
Right.
it is what it is.
And I know, sorry, babe, I say it. But, because I remember one time, I'm not crazy.
Oh Jesus.
But I remember one time, it was so funny, y'all, because, and I think actually this is what actually gave it a lighter mood, and we started laughing about it. But it was one time me and Honey was having like a little tit for tat. And I was mad or whatever. And then in my upsetness, I said, well, whatever, you stuck with me forever. I ain't going nowhere. So, because I didn't really, for real. Because, like, even though I was mad at him, I knew still, like, this is just something that I'm mad at right now at this moment. But I know in the back of my mind, I'm going to be with this man forever. Like, this is my choice. This is what I chose.
Oh, of course.
And I am with him, and I'm standing by that. Standing by my choice.
Right. And also, I will say, once you get past that moment, it's exactly what it is, a moment.
Right.
You're going to find your way back to love.
Yes.
You're going to get back to love. Once you figure out that system, like, okay, because it'll happen more than once y'all get mad at each other, whatever, but y'all are going to find your way back there. So there's no point in the next time you get mad, you're going to want to walk out again.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So.
And you know what? God had to check me on that because toward the beginning of our relationship, you know, we never lived together. We were just courting. And so when we got married and started living together, you had to learn that person, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
we were trying to figure out our flow, and we was just kind of at each other's heads like all the time. And when I would get upset, I would leave the house. I would go to the store, just go somewhere, just so I got be around him for right now. And God was like, quit doing that. Quit leaving, because that's not what you do. You talk it out, or you either just go to another room until you calm down, and then y'all talk it out.
Right.
And he got on me about that, because I did that for probably about the first like 5-6 arguments. I kept leaving.
And when you did that, when you changed your mindset and when you changed your behavior, what did you see?
It was a huge change. We have grown so much. We hardly argue as much as we like, nowhere near as much as we used to. And it was a huge change, and we were able to actually talk it out. And then once you did, you realized that was just so stupid.
You look back like
why was we arguing about? Yeah,
you probably can't remember what you were arguing about.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and then it turned into laughing and be like,
I
"You
remember.
hungry? You want to
I remember.
No,
You told me I took that pair of shoes, but I got it.
But I already had them.
You can't stay mad too long. I can't stay mad long.
I can't.
I can sit in it.
Girl, I can't. Oh yeah, we used to stay mad for days at a time. I'm talking about days at a time.
baby.
I can't stay mad long.
You said you're. So when you say, what do you mean? Like,
Okay.
no, you. What were you?
I can't stay mad long.
Okay, yeah.
I can.
Rebecca said
I
she can. She can sit in it.
I'll just sit in it.
They just look like she can
And
sit
I'll
in it.
drag it out, man.
Look,
Jack,
How you gonna fix it? How you gonna get back to the fun part, to the good part?
I've never been
Look,
like
he just
that
gonna-
with like
he just gonna give you that
a
look.
boyfriend.
You're like,
though.
you've been mad
Cause
as
I'm like, okay.
Okay, so we're gonna switch up real quick. So let's talk about yours, mine's, ours. So
Yours, mine's,
when you are dating, of course, you might have your own, well, pretty much everything. But we're gonna talk about accounts too. Check accounts. But once you get married, do you? At what point, like, you have to realize it's not mine anymore, it's not yours, it's ours. Or like, do y'all have a problem with that? Do y'all have a problem with like meshing or saying that like it's ours? So do you keep a joint account? Do you have your own little stash, your little rainy day fund?
I can see how the reasoning behind a woman or a man having a separate account outside from their spouse. I can
Do you
understand
tell
that.
them? Or do you keep it a secret?
Keep it a secret. You would keep it a secret. I'm not necessarily
That's
saying
like a
that's for me.
Let's say
I'm not
prenup.
necessarily
Well, isn't
saying
the whole secret thing like this just
But-
like,
Right,
forbidden?
Because
And-
my
and-
thing is,
Why you keeping it from?
if we're communicating and we're talking about everything, I will let him know. Look, it would be nice if I had my own account and you had yours, and then we have a account that we share.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be sneaky with him, because if he finds out, that's gonna be a situation.
Okay.
Deceitfulness. Ugh, okay.
I'm just saying I can understand.
Why keep it? Why
I
keep
can
it?
understand
Yeah.
them having their own account.
I'm with all together, everything. Because I feel like too, and I'm just being honest, okay? I feel like some women get mad because if he had a whole bunch of money and stuff and he had his own account, but then he put you on a budget or said you couldn't get this money, you're gonna get upset about it.
But
So it's kind of like, why not just put everything together so y'all can spend each other money?
But do you like the way that sounds though? Your money, my money, like
It sounds so simple.
especially when you're married, like
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
Where is the law that we in being married that we have to share everything?
No.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying, where is it at?
So and
There's
I'm not
no
saying
I just want to
Well, what about
know.
when you said when two become one on so many different levels? Like they say when two become one, like you is that
Why
hard?
separate it anyway though? Think about it.
Where's that
Just
at?
like-
When two become
But what's
one?
wrong? I want to know why.
No, I want her to say it's in the Bible. Because then I want to say I'm atheist. Okay, let's move on.
Oh, so you saying that would be the aspect of
So you're okay, right? You're saying that your rules don't really apply to me because I don't follow by that.
Exactly.
guideline.
So
Okay.
now show me somewhere else.
We're not saying that you, when you get married, you're supposed to have joint accounts. We're saying that we see that's just something that you think you would do. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. We're
Yeah.
not saying it's set in stone. Like you're supposed to have joint accounts. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying why have a separate account. That's where I'm not.
So where does it stop? Like where does
Thank you. Because then what if y'all want to have separate
everything
passwords?
or like I mean
That's not the same. What I'm saying is I can understand why like a woman and a man would have like their joint account together, and then the woman or the man having their own account somewhere else, like that they already had. They had it established before we met. This is my account.
Is it my house or your house? If both of us aren't on the lease.
That's like, to me, that's a given. It's our house.
See, is it?
That's exactly. Is it really? I see that.
Question that.
But I feel like no. Because that's where the joint account come in at. We share apples and oranges.
Okay, so y'all saying
You're saying we pay for this together, but your name isn't on the lease, so is it mine or is it yours?
Both of our name is on a lease.
What if it's not though?
That's what we saying.
Because we're married, we share a house. Why do we have to share an account?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
No. The difference is you have one house.
Okay, so why not have one account? I'm confused.
Because you can have
you share one bed. You share one. I mean, you can have
a whole. You want the joint account to be just for bills and like the business. You want your account to be for whatever you want to spend. Your shoes.
And see, that's what I want to know. Why? Okay, and that's fine. If y'all might have a separate account, okay, it is what it is.
She's saying, why do you need a separate one though? Like, why can't you just spend? What?
I think my reason, and like I said, I can understand why some women would do that. I'm not so sure that is for me to have a separate account.
You're saying you just want the joint.
I understand though why they would do that.
Okay.
Because in my mind, it's almost like the same thing as a prenup.
Right.
Like, you are not going into a marriage expecting to break up.
Right.
Okay? But the prenup is there designed that in the event of our demise, as a married couple, we are both protected. I'm not going into this saying we ain't gonna make it, but I'm saying if heaven forbid it was just not in the cards, it was not in God's plan for us to stay together. Maybe we were meant to be together so we can work on ourselves for somebody else. I don't know. I'm saying that in the event that we have to get a divorce, we're both protected. So I can understand that. I can understand a woman or a man, having an account outside of their spouse for that same reason. Like, in the event that
do you tell them
something
about
happens,
that though? Is it a secret or do they know about it?
I'm gonna tell you.
To me, my frame of reference is if you're going to have this secret account, it's a secret.
Right.
Then probably wouldn't tell.
But it's in the sense that you're low key protecting yourself if something happens. So you don't want them to know because if something did happen, you're good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of how I'm viewing it, because a lot of times people, they get married, they're in love, life is good, something happens, they get a divorce, and what happens? It turns bitter. It turns into a bitter divorce.
Yeah.
All bets are off.
People, not all.
That's what I'm saying. But all bets are off. They basically forget how much they loved each other. They're just, they just don't want to be around each other. They hate each other, and they don't care about you came in with this and I didn't come in with this.
Right.
They want to take you for everything that you have. So this. I understand this being a way to protect yourself. And then I've heard of people. I had a friend who got married, and same situation. She had, this separate account outside of her husband. He didn't know about it, and some years later, she decided to go ahead and tell him about it. And now she originally was using it to protect herself, but little did he know when they got behind and stuff on rent and stuff like that, she was dipping into that account to pay. So when she told him, he was like, okay. So I think that also holds true.
He was
you
more
can use this
grateful
account for
for that?
anything. Yeah, it don't have to necessarily be to protect me. More
Protect
likely
us.
that's why you have it, is to protect yourself. But it can also be, okay, we our ends ain't meeting right now. Let me just go ahead and tap into this right quick.
Or what if you could also have a mate that maybe is terrible at managing money, and you just need to make sure y'all good.
Yeah, in certain circumstances, I do get that because
that's what I mean. Not necessarily. I'm not saying necessarily that's me like that, but I absolutely can open my eyes and understand why somebody would do that.
Okay. Okay, so we have covered. So we have talked about and covered so much tonight, like in just one session. And there's so much more to be talked about. But y'all stay tuned and see what else we got cooking up and enjoy. Thanks for watching.